Your sensitivity to toxic energy is not a flaw, it's a huge sign. Have you ever walked into a room filled with people and immediately felt drained, overwhelmed, or anxious, sensing that something in the atmosphere wasn't right, even though everyone else seemed perfectly fine? Have you found yourself in conversations that appeared normal on the surface, but left you feeling emotionally exhausted, depleted, or even physically ill afterward? If these experiences resonate with you, then you're not alone. And importantly, you're not flawed. You possess a remarkable sensitivity to toxic energies, and contrary to what society might tell you, this isn't a weakness. It's actually one of the most powerful spiritual gifts imaginable. But how could something perceived as negative actually be profoundly positive? Something that uniquely positions you to profoundly change your life and the lives of those around you. You see, in our modern society, sensitivity has often been labeled as a flaw, something undesirable that you need to fix or overcome. People tell you to toughen up, stop being so emotional, or ignore it. But what if I told you that the reason you're sensitive to toxic energies is precisely because your soul is deeply tuned to higher spiritual frequencies? Your profound sensitivity is your soul's natural alarm system, alerting you immediately when energies around you are misaligned, unhealthy, or spiritually draining. Instead of being a burden, your sensitivity actually equips you with the remarkable ability to detect and navigate energetic frequencies most people can't even perceive. It makes you a powerful empath, healer, and intuitive guide capable of transforming negativity into profound healing and spiritual awakening.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Consider this deeply. Have you ever wondered why others around you seem unaffected by negativity that feels utterly unbearable to you? Why they remain comfortably oblivious to toxic relationships, unhealthy environments, or emotionally draining situations that profoundly impact your physical, emotional, and spiritual health? The reason is simple yet profound. Your sensitivity is not a random inconvenience. It's a deliberate spiritual gift entrusted to you by the universe itself. It's specifically designed to awaken your intuitive wisdom, emotional resilience, and compassionate empathy, enabling you to consciously guide yourself and countless others toward deeper emotional healing, spiritual authenticity, and profound energetic alignment. Yet let's be honest, living with such profound sensitivity can feel incredibly overwhelming at times. You might find yourself constantly avoiding crowds, social interactions, or relationships because they feel draining or exhausting. Perhaps you've struggled with anxiety, depression, or chronic fatigue because you repeatedly absorb toxic energies without fully understanding how to protect or cleanse yourself energetically. Maybe you've questioned yourself repeatedly, wondering if you're simply weak or overly sensitive, wishing desperately that you could shut off this overwhelming emotional radar permanently. But before you continue doubting your powerful gift, let me assure you, your sensitivity is not a curse. It's the universe's carefully crafted spiritual preparation, designed specifically for your soul's extraordinary purpose. Imagine for a moment what your life would become if you consciously embraced your energetic sensitivity as a profound spiritual strength rather than weakness. Picture yourself confidently navigating crowded rooms, effortlessly sensing hidden emotional dynamics, clearly identifying energies aligned or misaligned with your highest spiritual purpose. Visualize your relationships deepening profoundly because your intuitive sensitivity effortlessly guides interactions toward emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, and profound spiritual alignment. Imagine your emotional, mental, and physical health dramatically improving because you consciously protect your energy field, instantly detecting and cleansing toxic energies before they negatively impact your well-being. But how exactly can you transform overwhelming energetic sensitivity into profound spiritual strength? First, you must consciously reframe your understanding of sensitivity itself. Recognize clearly that sensitivity isn't weakness, it's extraordinary spiritual strength, specifically designed to empower intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, and spiritual alignment. Next, practice energetic protection daily, visualizing protective energetic shields surrounding your body, intentionally preventing toxic energies from draining your emotional and physical vitality. Regularly cleanse your energetic field using meditation, visualization, grounding exercises, or healing crystals, intentionally releasing absorbed negative energies, restoring emotional clarity, and rebalancing your spiritual alignment. Embrace solitude intentionally, not as isolation but as sacred spiritual practice specifically designed to recharge your energetic field, restore emotional vitality, and deepen intuitive clarity. Solitude becomes your sacred refuge, intentionally used to access higher dimensional spiritual guidance, intuitive insights, and profound emotional healing, impossible amidst external noise, distraction, and energetic toxicity. Regularly journal emotional experiences, intuitively exploring subtle energetic signals, clearly indicating which relationships, environments, and situations align harmoniously or misalign toxically with your spiritual authenticity. As your intuitive sensitivity strengthens dramatically, relationships profoundly deepen because you instinctively perceive hidden emotional dynamics guiding interactions toward authenticity, empathy, and alignment. Career paths align harmoniously as your intuitive radar clearly signals precisely which opportunities resonate authentically with your soul's highest intentions. Health dramatically improves because energetic sensitivity instantly alerts you when toxic energies threaten emotional clarity, physical vitality, or spiritual alignment. Anxiety, fatigue, depression diminish significantly because energetic boundaries consciously protect your emotional and physical well-being from external negativity. Yet your energetic sensitivity doesn't merely transform your personal reality, it profoundly impacts humanity's collective spiritual trajectory. Your compassionate empathy, emotional authenticity, intuitive wisdom energetically shift collective consciousness toward emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, spiritual authenticity. Your courageous authenticity inspires collective courage, empowering humanity toward emotional vulnerability, intuitive clarity, energetic alignment, and profound spiritual awakening. Now deeply ask yourself this profound question. Are you ready to courageously embrace your profound energetic sensitivity fully, authentically stepping into your powerful spiritual purpose? Are you willing to consciously transform overwhelming sensitivity into intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, energetically shifting humanity profoundly toward collective spiritual awakening? If your soul resonates deeply with an unwavering yes, then brace yourself. In the next part, I'll reveal precisely how consciously mastering your energetic sensitivity empowers you specifically to transform not just your own life, but humanity's entire spiritual destiny. Are you ready to courageously embrace your sacred sensitivity fully? How mastering your sensitivity unlocks your hidden spiritual power and changes humanity forever. Have you ever deeply contemplated the immense power hidden behind your sensitivity to toxic energies? Imagine clearly what life could become if, instead of suppressing or rejecting your profound energetic sensitivity, you fully embraced it as a powerful spiritual strength, a strength intentionally entrusted to you by the universe itself. Your sensitivity isn't random weakness, it's your soul's profound intuitive compass, carefully guiding you toward emotional authenticity, spiritual clarity, and energetic alignment. It's your sacred gift, specifically designed to empower your intuitive insights, emotional resilience, compassionate empathy, and profound spiritual wisdom. But how exactly can consciously mastering your sensitivity unlock your hidden spiritual powers, profoundly transforming not only your personal life, but humanity's collective spiritual destiny? Let's delve deeply into this powerful transformation together. First, when you consciously embrace energetic sensitivity as profound spiritual strength, your intuitive insights sharpen dramatically. You intuitively sense clearly when energies align harmoniously or misalign toxically with your soul's highest purpose. Relationships transform profoundly because intuitive sensitivity effortlessly guides interactions toward emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, and harmonious alignment. Career choices become intuitively clear because energetic sensitivity instantly signals precisely which opportunities authentically resonate with your spiritual authenticity. Imagine confidently navigating life guided effortlessly by intuitive clarity, instantly sensing clearly which relationships, environments, or opportunities energetically align harmoniously or misalign toxically with your highest spiritual intentions. Life becomes profoundly harmonious, intuitively guided by energetic signals, clearly whispering exactly which paths align authentically with your soul's spiritual authenticity. Your intuitive radar clearly signals instantly when toxic energies threaten emotional clarity, physical vitality, or spiritual alignment, empowering you to consciously protect emotional and physical well-being before negativity drains vitality. Secondly, consciously mastering sensitivity dramatically deepens your emotional authenticity and compassionate empathy, qualities essential for your sacred mission. Emotional sensitivity powerfully awakens profound compassion within your soul, empowering you specifically as an authentic empath, healer, or spiritual guide, capable of compassionately guiding others through emotional shadows toward profound healing, emotional liberation, and spiritual awakening. Relationships deepen dramatically because emotional sensitivity effortlessly perceives hidden emotional dynamics, clearly guiding interactions toward compassionate empathy, emotional authenticity, and spiritual alignment. Imagine effortlessly guiding others compassionately through emotional storms, intuitively sensing exactly which emotional wounds require healing compassion, gentle encouragement, or profound emotional authenticity. Your compassionate presence energetically heals emotional wounds powerfully, transforming emotional suffering into profound spiritual wisdom, emotional liberation, and spiritual authenticity. Could consciously mastering sensitivity empower profound emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, and collective emotional healing? Thirdly, consciously embracing energetic sensitivity dramatically strengthens emotional resilience. enabling you specifically to navigate life's inevitable storms gracefully without emotional overwhelm. Sensitivity initially felt overwhelming because you unconsciously absorbed toxic energies without energetic protection. However, consciously mastering energetic sensitivity empowers you specifically to energetically protect emotional vitality, intuitively sensing clearly when external energies threaten emotional clarity, physical health, or spiritual alignment. Imagine living gracefully resilient amidst emotional storms, clearly sensing exactly which toxic energies threaten emotional clarity, instantly protecting emotional vitality before negativity drains emotional strength. Emotional resilience strengthens dramatically, empowering profound emotional liberation, intuitive clarity, and spiritual alignment. Anxiety, depression, fatigue diminish significantly because energetic boundaries consciously protect emotional and physical well-being, intuitively alerting instantly when external energies threaten emotional clarity. Finally, consciously mastering energetic sensitivity profoundly strengthens spiritual wisdom and authenticity, enabling you specifically to authentically embody intuitive truths, emotional wisdom, and compassionate empathy openly. Spiritual authenticity deepens dramatically because energetic sensitivity clearly signals precisely which relationships, environments, and opportunities align authentically or misalign toxically with your soul's highest spiritual purpose. Spiritual wisdom powerfully strengthens because sensitivity intuitively perceives subtle energetic truths clearly hidden from ordinary perception. Imagine living authentically aligned precisely with intuitive truths, emotional wisdom, and compassionate empathy, authentically inspiring countless others profoundly toward emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual empowerment. Spiritual authenticity energetically inspires collective courage powerfully, empowering humanity profoundly toward emotional vulnerability, intuitive clarity, spiritual authenticity, and collective awakening. Consciously mastering energetic sensitivity profoundly strengthens spiritual wisdom, authenticity, and collective spiritual awakening. Yet consciously mastering sensitivity requires intentional spiritual practice daily. Cultivate solitude intentionally as sacred spiritual practice, intuitively listening carefully for energetic signals clearly indicating emotional alignment or misalignment. Regularly practice energetic protection intentionally, visualizing protective energetic boundaries clearly surrounding emotional vitality, intuitively preventing external negativity from draining emotional clarity. Irregularly cleanse emotional energies intentionally through meditation, visualization, journaling, grounding practices, intentionally releasing absorbed negativity, restoring emotional clarity. Courageously embody spiritual authenticity, openly, authentically expressing intuitive truths, emotional wisdom, compassionate empathy, energetically inspiring humanity profoundly toward emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, spiritual empowerment, collective awakening. Each sensitive soul courageously embracing energetic sensitivity profoundly strengthens collective spiritual energy, accelerating humanity's transition profoundly toward emotional authenticity, intuitive clarity, compassionate empathy, profound spiritual wisdom. Now deeply ask yourself this profound question. Are you truly ready, courageously embrace energetic sensitivity, fully, authentically stepping powerfully into your profound spiritual purpose? Are you willing consciously transform overwhelming sensitivity intentionally into intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, energetically shifting humanity profoundly toward collective spiritual awakening? If your soul resonates deeply with powerful, unwavering yes, then brace yourself. In next part, I'll reveal precisely why universe specifically chose your soul intentionally for this extraordinary spiritual mission, and exactly how fully embracing your sacred sensitivity powerfully fulfills humanity's collective spiritual destiny. Why the universe specifically chose you, and how your sensitivity empowers humanity's collective destiny. Have you ever deeply asked yourself, in moments of emotional overwhelm or intense energetic sensitivity, why me? Why was I specifically chosen for this profoundly challenging, emotionally intense spiritual path? Understand this clearly. Your sensitivity isn't random or accidental. It's intentional, deliberate, and deeply sacred. The universe specifically chose your soul because it holds exactly the intuitive sensitivity, emotional resilience, compassionate empathy, and spiritual authenticity humanity urgently needs right now. Your struggles were never meaningless punishments. They were divine preparations intentionally designed to activate powerful spiritual gifts uniquely entrusted to your soul. Consider this deeply. Could every moment of emotional overwhelm, energetic sensitivity, solitude, or intuitive synchronicity actually be profound spiritual initiations specifically designed by the universe to awaken intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, and spiritual wisdom hidden deep within your soul? Could these challenging experiences be preparing your soul specifically to compassionately guide humanity through emotional shadows toward profound healing, emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual empowerment? You weren't randomly chosen. The universe carefully selected your soul precisely because your intuitive sensitivity, emotional resilience, compassionate empathy, and spiritual authenticity resonate exactly with humanity's collective emotional wounds, intuitive longings, and spiritual yearnings at this critical historical moment. Your intuitive clarity profoundly illuminates collective paths toward emotional healing, intuitive awakening, spiritual authenticity, and energetic alignment. Your compassionate empathy deeply heals collective emotional wounds, transforming emotional suffering profoundly into intuitive wisdom, emotional liberation, spiritual authenticity. Your courageous authenticity powerfully inspires collective courage, empowering humanity profoundly toward emotional vulnerability, intuitive clarity, spiritual awakening. Yet fully stepping into your identity as a profoundly sensitive soul requires immense courage, authenticity, spiritual discipline. You must courageously release limiting beliefs, outdated fears, external expectations, preventing authentically embodying intuitive truths, emotional wisdom, compassionate empathy publicly. Your true spiritual power arises precisely from authentically expressing sensitivity openly, courageously embodying intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, spiritual wisdom publicly, even when others misunderstand subtle approach. Your courageous authenticity energetically inspires humanity profoundly toward emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, spiritual empowerment, collective awakening. Your personal awakening profoundly impacts humanity's collective consciousness powerfully. Every moment courageously embody intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, spiritual wisdom, energetically shifts collective emotions, intuitions, spiritual awareness profoundly. Your awakening sends powerful energetic ripples outward, directly contributing profoundly humanity's collective evolution. Every sensitive soul courageously embracing spiritual gifts profoundly strengthens collective spiritual energy, accelerating humanity's transition profoundly toward emotional authenticity, intuitive clarity, compassionate empathy, spiritual unity. The universe specifically chose your soul intentionally because intuitive sensitivity, emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, spiritual wisdom resonate precisely with humanity's emotional wounds, intuitive longings, spiritual yearnings urgently needing healing at critical historical moment. Your intuitive insights clearly illuminate collective paths profoundly toward emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, spiritual authenticity, collective empowerment. Your compassionate empathy deeply heals collective emotional wounds, transforming emotional suffering profoundly into spiritual wisdom, emotional liberation, intuitive authenticity. Your courageous authenticity powerfully inspires collective courage, empowering humanity profoundly toward emotional vulnerability, intuitive clarity, spiritual authenticity, profound collective awakening. Now deeply ask yourself profound question: are you truly ready? Courageously embrace extraordinary sensitivity, fully, authentically stepping powerfully into profound spiritual purpose. Are you willing consciously embody intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, compassionate empathy, spiritual wisdom openly, energetically contributing humanity's profound collective awakening? If your soul whispers powerful, unwavering yes, then trust completely sacred role. Embrace energetic sensitivity courageously. Express intuitive wisdom authentically. Courageously embody emotional authenticity openly, energetically inspiring humanity profoundly toward collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, spiritual empowerment. Your courageous awakening profoundly fulfills humanity's collective spiritual destiny. Universe specifically chose you intentionally for extraordinary spiritual mission precisely at this historical moment. Your sensitivity was always divine preparation for profound spiritual illumination. Step forward courageously. Trust deeply in sacred journey. Humanity's collective spiritual awakening profoundly depends upon you.